Hi, and welcome to Three Questions with. I'm my friend Stacey Smith with us from Healing Power of Flowers. Hello, Stacey. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. So why don't we start at the beginning? Tell us a little bit about the business. What do you do?
So, I'm the founder of a holistic wellness center. We're very excited. We're in our 9th year under this particular branding, even though I've been doing this type of work since the 1990s and really have over 38 years in the field. So we, the whole center has really come about my journey. And I think that's important to kind of let people know. So it came out of my journey of Lyme disease. So that's really kind of what we specialize in.
Yep.
But the name of our company, so I guess I'll back up a little bit with that, because a lot of people say, oh, well, you do a lot of things, but what does that have to do with flowers? So the healing power of flowers really came out of that. I'm a certified flower essence practitioner. And I also use flower essences, which are not aromatherapy. A lot of people think they are. It's not about smell. They're in the field of quantum medicine. So they're the next evolution out of homeopathy. So with homeopathy, it's taking teeny tiny little amounts of a substance and breaking it down, and it gets in at a subcellular level. So flower essences get in at that subcellular level to help people, but really what we do, and this is kind of across the board with the center for what we do, is deal with the root issues and root vibrational imbalances. So that could be mind, body, spirit. We deal with the whole person. Even though we do help with people's symptoms, and a symptom could also be they just can't get out of their own way to get to the next level in their career or their level of happiness, not just, even though we give support to people with Lyme disease, shingles, and those type of things, or even if they just have common thing like poison ivy. So we really strive to be a life resource and skills center. So even though we may help somebody knock out a particular challenge that they're facing, I'm really honored and blessed that we're just not a one and done center for people. So we've, over all these decades that I've been doing this type of work, I've really have been blessed to have curated an amazing team. So even though I'm the founder, and I'm the founder of our Sleep Institute, which is Dow Sleep Institute, I work with an amazing team of people so that way we can craft a personally cultivated couture program for people for whatever's going on. And I'm super blessed, again, getting back to we're not a one and done center. We deal with generations of people, which is amazing. So I've got people that I've been seeing for a very long time that sometimes they just come in, they're like, I'm not even sure why I'm here, but the bottom line is whatever you do, you just make me feel better. And sometimes they don't even know, but they just know, oh, it's time to go in and see Stacey. She'll figure it out. Yep. And that's what we do, where everybody here are either ministers, priests, priestesses. So, and it has nothing to do with religion. It's just we're coming from a ministerial mindset of service. So that people have a safe, sacred space that we can either help them heal or transform. Because we're really here to be a support and a guide on their journey so that they can take their life to the next level. And to kind of get back to my journey, there was no Stacey, there was no healing power of flowers when I was going through 26 years of being misdiagnosed with Lyme disease, co-infections. I had mono, I had Epstein-Barr, I had the range. Now, even though I'm a medical intuitive, it was more than 14 years ago, I basically fired all of my doctors and I went home to die or figure it out. Now, luckily, I also have an incredibly supportive husband who's my right-hand person here in the office. He is head of our research. He's really sunk his whole life savings into research and development, into keeping me alive. So not only my own personal training, because I've been in the holistic field and working with plants, and that also comes from family background as well. But I've been doing that since the 90s and working with it. I really needed him to bring his whole other level of support. So there's nothing here that hasn't either been incredibly successful for me or my clients. And there was no me out there. So it's really, even though it's been a very difficult journey, I'm very grateful that I can be there for somebody else who just doesn't know what's going on. Like a lot of times, a mystery symptom that goes along with a tick bite is people just have this chronic muscle pain, TMJ, tightness in the shoulders, tightness in the neck. Massage chiropractic doesn't help with that after a while. That's a really telltale sign that they might have long-term babesiosis, which is a tick-borne illness. And that was something that I had, and it took me a very long time to figure out, but within the course of doing my flower essence training, I figured it out, and within 2 sessions, I had 80% more mobility.
Wow.
And it was just on a fluke in the middle of training. I was like, well, that sounds like me.
Yep.
And it's not been an easy journey, but I'm really grateful to see people get their lives back. And to at least, I'm not a doctor, so let me make that clear, but I am an intuitive coach. And now I also wanted to backtrack to why I fired all the doctors. Yes, I'm a medical intuitive. They left it to me out of head of infectious diseases, out of all these different departments at Greater Boston hospitals. They're like, well, we really, after all these years, can't figure out what's wrong with you. They labeled me with fibromyalgia. And they're like, we're going to let you, the medical intuitive, pick the first 5 places we're going to biopsy. If that was the best they could offer me with all of their degrees, with teams of people, that just wasn't acceptable to me. Like, what kind of quality of life is that I'm the one who has to do that? So we're very big on helping people to advocate for themselves, and just don't be passive. Just don't necessarily take my word for it, but each person has to find out what's correct for them and figure that out with their doctor. We're here to share information if we certainly have it. Again, Bob is amazing at research. So grateful that he's, the right-hand part of the team on that. So we're also here to help people prevent things. Like flower essences are great for preventing the bug bites in the summertime, especially on your pets, to help prevent your pets and yourself from getting Lyme disease in the first place. So it's a holistic option. And it's really a joy for me when we can start knocking out the little things for people, and then to sit down and do the work and say, hey, where do you want to go from here? That's where my work is really, really exciting. So that's just a little quick overview.
Yeah. So I like what you said about getting to the root of the problem, because for a lot of people, I see that, they have an issue, maybe it goes away for a little while, but it comes back because they never got to the root of the problem. Well, why do you keep doing that self-destructive behavior? Because they just won't, either they're afraid to go back to the root, or they just don't know what caused it. So you must see that once you get people to really sit down and go, okay, what is causing this? That's the first step on fixing it, right?
Absolutely. And that's a great point that you brought up. I can speak from my own journey in Lyme disease. 90% of the people we see, it's actually a higher percentage, but nothing is 100%. But more than 90% of people with Lyme disease are all type A personalities. Wow. I'm president of the club, so it's no surprise why I got Lyme disease, co-infections, and everything else. So a type A personality is not a problem. It's when it becomes out of balance and you're burning the candle at both ends, and in the middle, it causes a vibrational imbalance. And that's what the flower essences just quickly and easily dissolve. Same thing with people that tend to get breast cancer. Breast cancer, the breasts are about nurturing. They have a vibrational imbalance that's caused from over nurturing and over caring for all the people around them, because they're such giving people. So in the case of Lyme disease, I'm not going after attacking an organism. I'm going after putting the person back into balance so that they can live their life. And when they're in balance, that frequency isn't there anymore. And the organism does not have a happy host. So it's either going to die or move on.
Yep.
Now, the caveat in that is also where I come in as a intuitive coach, which is why we offer a comprehensive approach here at the center. We just don't do just one thing. People's problems aren't just, well, I'm going to give you a pill. This is not the place that you're going to get like a pill and it's going to solve everything. We're here to change your life so then you can get to the business of doing what you really want to do, what really jazzes you. So if you're burning the candle at both ends in the middle, it's also a lifestyle change that needs to happen. But what is causing that person to be on that treadmill that's causing them to push themselves where they're really not that happy doing it anyways? So that's what we really approach. And we've got hypnosis, we have different quantum tech, we've got a whole host of things, and we really customize and craft a program for each and every person should they choose to do that journey. Now, obviously, we have people that come in, they just want spa machine time, they just want a sanctuary to meditate or recharge themselves with crystal ball concerts. So we can do something light, or we can dig in and let's get your life to a whole new level. So it is a very comprehensive thing.
Awesome.
And it's such a joy to get to see people's kids, they refer their parents to us, and it's the coolest thing to get to see the whole family unit healing together.
So Stacey, what's the best way to reach out to you? How can people learn more about your business?
Our phone number is 603-275-7688, or our website is healingpoweroflowers.com. And we also have our lazy bums stress reduction program coming up, because that's one of the big things that we hear from everybody. They're all stressed out, but a lot of our clients are just too tired and stressed out to put any effort in. So all they have to do is show up and we will reprogram them while they're chilling out. Yep. And we've got all of our technology, our flower essences, aromatherapy, and sound that's doing the work for them. So it's reprogramming the thing of how they're responding in the world, but they get to leave here feeling completely refreshed.
Nice. Awesome. Stacey, I do appreciate you taking a couple minutes to come on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you so much. Always great being your friend.